Hello, everyone. We are all on time. I'm very glad, and I'm glad to welcome you here today. In our Italian chat, we have 88 people, a lucky number, 88. And the number of attendees is growing, but I think we can start. As you can see on our first slide, you have this. Well, you had it on the first slide, to earn today or to have a passive income tomorrow. Give me one in the chat if you think that it is better to earn today, or give me a 2 in the chat if you think that it's way better to have a passive income tomorrow. I can see your feedback in the chat. Some of you were in a hurry and put 1, but most of you are putting 2. So this is what we're going to talk about today, and to convey to you all the necessity of, let's say, about our working week, what we have done so far. I have conducted several webinars across the world over the last week, and we had a international webinar with the hearing impaired partners, and I would like to thank Francesco Cannoni for organizing that webinar. Everyone was quite happy, and just I wanted to show you that we talk and work with lots of different people throughout the week. And in addition to people that we have in our company, I work with people from outside our company as well, because of course, when I have time, I try to hold my rendezvous. And for example, yesterday, I was able to compare myself with an expert in network marketing, a person who's been in the network marketing for so many years now. And unfortunately, I was upset by the fact that I meet in my life people who do not still fully understand what financial freedom is, despite the fact that there are a lot of people nowadays who work in that area. People still don't know what's the difference between an active income and a passive income, which can eventually take you to your financial freedom. And this is very important. You need to be knowledgeable in that topic. And as I said, I was quite upset, and that I often have to hear that many people who participated in our training course, people who successfully took and passed the uGain test, only in order to gain certain points. I'll explain what points I mean. The points that today are just like a score that we gave to people who were able to achieve their maximum result, maximum performance, and aced the test. And only tomorrow, those points, provided that uGain company project is successful, can be turned into uGain tokens, because we are on the way towards the implementation of all our plans. This is our goal. This is the focus of our efforts. We would like to create a certain ecosystem consisting of companies and their clients who will be using our crypto coin. And I'm asking myself a question. Maybe I was not good enough at explaining the importance of that education to you. Maybe there are some things lost in translation when we were explaining the global importance of uGain. So what can take us to success today? So what is earning today and having a passive income tomorrow? And what can make us totally financially free tomorrow? It is today that I take the responsibility, and maybe I will be quite harsh in my words, but I fully assume the responsibility for conveying to all of the people that will be listening to me the difference between earning today and using the earning today and having a passive income tomorrow by using the tools that we're going to provide to our partners in order for us, as I said, to achieve that financial freedom. And today I feel the responsibility for all for the task to explain the importance of uGain for all of us to understand what's most important here. And I hope that you will understand it, because there are people who, again, I repeat, passed the exam just to acquire those points that maybe tomorrow, on the off chance that tomorrow, those points will be converted into tokens. So you got it wrong if you think so. We are working for our life to get a new hue, to get a new start, and for us to become real professionals in this area. This was our main objective here, the main objective of the training course. We want to create professionals. So people who will be able to freely cover all of the expenses in future. So that's the kind of people that we want. So we don't want to work people who passed the exam only to get those token points. Today, those points are equal to those points that you get at a supermarket for making your purchases. And then you go to the cash register and realize that for you to get some kind of a price for those points, you need to pay something extra. So we need to see, what did you invest that time for? The time that you invested in training. If the reason is wrong, then it's time wasted. So please give me a 10 if you understand what I'm talking about here. So let's move on to the next slide. So thank you for your feedback. And now let's start our webinar. I would like to introduce myself for those of you who meet me for the first time. My name is Dragoš Stanchu. I'm a member of the strategic department of Evorich. I'm the director of the API in Italy, the Academy of Private Investors. I'm the project coordinator for the global investment portfolio. I'm the president under the MLCI affiliate program. I'm a uGain project manager. The project that we're going to talk about today, I'm a certified master profi coach and a Genius of Finance host, member of the Association Generals of the World for Peace, because peace is an very, very important, crucial component of our work. I'm an international speaker, a company leader in Italy, a professional investor, and a business owner. Let's move on to the next slide. And now let's start with the basics. What is uGain? uGain is a digital platform for small and medium-sized businesses, as well as shopping malls, retail chains, and entertainment centers that embraces entrepreneurs and consumers. It also includes bars, pubs, barber shops, any outlet that sells products or services. So it's a ready-made solution to automate customer acquisition and retention. And the key to our application, which makes it different from any other similar solutions on the market, is that we already have that solution. We don't have to develop it. And we already have a considerable customer base too. So I repeat, uGain is also a ready-made solution to automate customer acquisition and retention. That's why we need direct connection to all those people who are clients of my business, clients that use my services if I'm a business owner or product. So how should I maintain connection or relations with people that come to my shop? Maybe they're just tourists, people passing by. Maybe I'll see them for the first time and then I never see them again. How can you retain such customers? And now, thanks to that application, we can maintain our relations. And on the next slide, on the subsequent slides, you will be able how we do that. I'm going to offer them a service, a product that they won't be able to reject. Have you ever asked yourself, people who get a discount, do they want that discount? What do you think? Give me a 1 in the chat if you think that they want to get that discount, and give me a 3 if you think that people don't want to have any discounts. And while you're answering, I can add something of my own. Even rich people enjoy discounts. And our uGain application will be offering discounts. All you have to do will be to download the application, and you will be able to pay less right away. And that's how I register people, and I will get the chance to pay less if you are my incidental customer, if you come to me only once and never come to me ever again because you're a tourist and you were passing by and you were going back home after your vacation is over, you can continue using that application in other shops, in other retail outlets that joined that system, uGain. And this is our product. This is a uGain project, what this uGain project is all about. This is a huge significance of our project in the market, because there are a lot of different options, and to figure them out, you need to participate in our training courses. We want to work with professionals. Now let's move on to the next slide. Now, what do we have to offer our business offers to our business owners? What our business owners will get if they use uGain Business? What are the advantages here? First of all, your business management or business owner's business management is going to be facilitated. Well, every person manages their own business in the way they prefer, according to the style that they adopted. So we do not interfere with that. What we do is we facilitate, or we make the administrative part of it easier. And also, we improve your online services, which increases the number of clients that comes to you. And again, I focused on the word online here. Maybe some of your businesses were offline, and that application will help turn your offline business into an online business. People will be able to purchase from your store without ever coming to your offline, to your physical store. Let's say an Italian goes to Australia. Of course, all those stores are new to him. And yet they will be able to enjoy a discount in an Australian store. Like, for example, I have a pizzeria in the town in Italy that I live in. An Australian comes to me, goes to my pizzeria, orders a pizza, eats it, gains some points, and then goes back to Australia and can spend those points in Australia, because we will have partners, uGain partners in Australia as well, that are also part of the same ecosystem. And maybe that Australian guy is also a business owner who is also part of the ecosystem. So we are changing the world here. And it can take us to a completely new level thanks to our uGain business application. Of course, if you try and implement such projects individually all by yourself, it will take a lot of time and a lot of money. But we are, as I said, working with a huge client base here. We have a lot of people in our community. This is a huge competitive edge. Also, we have uGain is also a direct advertising channel with clients. And the fourth point is that you ensure customer loyalty with this application. Also, that application offers the opportunity of cross-marketing. You can collaborate with other business owners that are located close to you, and not only. And you can register them into our application. And you can participate in joint projects too. For example, I have a restaurant, and on the other side of the street, I have a clothes shop. And not always my clients go to the store on the other end of the street, and not always the clients of that clothes shop go to eat at my restaurant. But if you both use uGain Business and create cross-marketing projects, we can advertise our products into our entire network, and not only our own products and services and discounts of the week. We are showing this not only to our own clients, but also to the clients that I entered into an agreement on cross-marketing. And I think this is a huge opportunity. It's a priceless opportunity. Now let's take a look at item 6. It's a very important item. You have an opportunity to receive passive income from all those people. That's why today I would like to draw your attention to the creation of passive income. And we will look more in detail into that item on subsequent slides. So passive income is your income that comes not from your main line of activity. And if you have it, you will be able to receive the costs, the fixed costs of your main activity. That's how I reduce my difficulties, make them smaller. And this is the whole motto of our application, which is uGain without pain, with no pain. So you get it reduced. And also, when you reduce fixed costs, when you improve your business management, we attach more significance to our business, and we're able to give more time to the promotion of our product. We establish better communication with our clients. We create the favorable environment for the increase of the clients. And when the number of clients increases, we increase revenue. And increased revenue is a prerequisite for successful business because it helps you keep afloat and prosper in such a difficult economic situation. We are living in the market that forgives no mistakes, that simply is not forgiving. And if you learn everything that you need to learn to be able to work with an our application and not just to earn points that will in the future turn into uGain tokens, and I always say on the off chance to turn into uGain tokens, because it will all depend on us. It will depend on people who want to be professionals, who fully realize the importance of that application, its true purpose. Our software is about business management too, and such software, such pieces of software usually cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So tell me, give me a ballpark estimate. How much can such an application, uGain Business, or any other application that offers you all those possibilities that you see on the slide can cost? So what can be a tentative price for such an opportunity or for such an application? Well, someone already is writing like $3,000, $15,000. Well, that's my idea as well. I think such application should cost at least $3,000 a year because it offers such a huge spectrum of opportunity, plus statistics, analysis. I think as soon as you start using that business owner and uGain business application, and it doesn't matter if you're a business owner or a consumer, you will fall in love with it the way I did. And since I'm also have been a business owner since 2008, I know firsthand, I'm aware firsthand of all those problems that entrepreneurs face. And I've been working for a long time with the uGain business developing team. And I'm sure that this is the top application on the market. And I think all other competitors are simply light years away from our application. What they can do is to simply observe us with a pair of binoculars. But of course, we cannot sell our application for $5,000. And no matter how much you pay as a business owner, you get all those opportunities. You get to improve your business, you get to increase your customer base, you get to have your fixed costs reduced simply by paying an annual subscription. And the cost of that application is 1 cup of coffee per day. That's the the price of the application for a business owner. And hopefully you will see the importance of it again when we fully realize what financial independence and freedom are. Now let's move on to the next slide. So those people who already took and passed our exam, those who want to achieve good results, we would like to award or reward those people for their good performance. And that's why we organized the contest. And now I'd like to tell you the terms and conditions of that contest. So let's start with the fourth prize. To get the fourth prize, which is 500 UGT tokens for each country, you need to have 20 plus companies registered over 2 weeks since the official launch. And those 500 UGTs, at first, they are points. Of course, they're not tokens, but even points are valuable because eventually they turn into tokens. And the significance of the fourth prize is about, or the purpose of the fourth prize is to have at least 20 companies registered to get it. But if you're more ambitious and if you want to achieve financial freedom, you see, I singled it out with a different color, which is also part of our fourth prize, but it will allow our people to make even more, to earn even more. So as you can read, for every 20 companies with a paid subscription, we're going to give you 100 UG tokens until 160 companies are registered within 1 month. It's 160 companies registered and who paid the subscription fee. It's within 1 month since the launch. And you need it to be able to reach, to perform, to fulfill the terms and conditions of the third prize, I'm sorry. And the third prize is a MacBook for each country. And for that, you need to personally register 160 companies or more over 1 month. But only the first 2 people will get the prize. So we have 2 winners. And only those 2 people will be able to get a MacBook. Whereas all other people who also fulfilled the terms and conditions for the third prize, but didn't do it fast enough, they will get a prize too. And at the end of my presentation, you will see what kind of benefits they're going to get and what uGain tokens can eventually turn into and what you will get for registering 160 companies in 1 month. So as we said, a MacBook is given as a third prize. As for the second prize, it's a very elite watch, a Rolex watch for each country. But to get it, you need to register 500 plus companies over 3 months. And the first prize is something incredible. I don't think our company ever gave away similar prizes. For our project, we have a very special prize that will go to one person in each country. But we're talking a person who will register 1,000 companies over 6 months. I think Dragoš mentioned personally, so I think yes, it should be a first line. And the winner will get a Maserati, but we will make your work easier by conducting weekly webinars. And also we will have an official launch ceremony. And it's gonna be your ace in the pocket. But you shouldn't be, showing your cards all at once. When you're inviting business owners to our official launch ceremony, they don't need to know all the secrets, including the 50% discount. And it should come to them as a surprise. And that discount, 50%, will be valid for the 2 weeks since the launch of the project. Now let's move on to the next slide. So in order to make people understand what I meant when I wrote that text in blue, remember? So how they can get their financial freedom, we decided to make a pre-launch phase, to establish a pre-launch stage for those people. So those people who already took and successfully passed our exam, they will be able to use the application and will be able to start registering business owners. And all of it will happen several weeks from now. You will have to keep in touch with our company because we would like to offer a final product that works smoothly with no glitches and hiccups. We don't want anyone to complain because our goal is to achieve big results and there is no room for error. And there should be no glitches. It should be working as smoothly as possible. And that's why we are taking so much or paying so much attention to it. And so let's move on to the next slide. Okay. So as I said, I also took the exam. And I now meet all the requirements that allow me now to work with business owners. And remember, the requirements are to be either a consultant or above, or to have the personal investment volume of 1,000 units or more. So all those people who are in the list A will get a code from the company for them to be able to activate their application and to start offering uGain business application to business owners. And only by doing it, by meeting the requirements, you will be able to participate in our project as a promoter. Now let's move on to the next slide and let's see what happens when I get my QR code. Let's assume I'm a real professional. I'm dressed smartly as a business person. I have a product that costs quite a lot. Therefore, my dress needs to match the level of my product. And in my head, and I keep remembering about the terms and conditions of the contest all the time. I need to keep my eyes on the prize. I need to remember all the time what's going to happen with every new sale of the uGain business application. I go to a specific shop outlet and start working towards that goal. If I sell the subscription, I will have 20 subscriptions sold and I get a reward of 500 UG tokens, for example. So in order for me to achieve my next goal, I have to make 20 sales. Let's assume that I did make them. And remember, our standard annual subscription costs $300, and I make 15% under our marketing plan. Why? Because I'm already an agent or a consultant. I already achieved a certain professional level. I built my structure. Now you can do the math yourself, which calculate the amount of money that you can make, but you should understand that even if you achieve your first goal, you're simply just taking your first step towards my lifelong income. Because, of course, those 20 stores will have lots of clients of their own who will be your downline. And now let's move on to the next slide and we'll see that now let's wait for the slides to be changed in all the rooms. Okay. Now a business owner should understand that by selling the uGain application to other business owners, that application can pay for itself. So even 7 stores will be enough, but 8 is the magic number. And if a business owner sells 8 uGain business applications to other business owners, it means that their initial investment into the uGain business application has already been paid off. And 8, as I said, is a nice round magical number. So again, we're talking about us as business owners. So let's read what's written in the cloud here. Thanks to the direct earnings from 8 stores, my application uGain business pays for itself. So why shouldn't I go to my friends, business owners, talk to them and sell them 8 uGain business subscriptions? For me, it's easy because I'm a business owner myself and I know the advantages of the product. Now let's move on to the next slide. Now, our promoter is telling himself or herself all the time, well, I have already 20 companies that paid the subscription fee and that are part of our ecosystem. But for each subsequent 20 payments made by the companies, my passive income is going to grow. My first line is going to grow. And for every subsequent payment, 20 payments, I will get plus 100 UG tokens or UGT points. Because every promoter should aim at least at 160 personal registrations in 1 month. If I work hard enough, if I work in the way that I should work, of course, that aim is very attainable. As I said, for every subsequent 20 payments, I get plus 100 UGTs. The first 500 I got for the first 20 companies. And if I aim at 160 companies within 1 month from the launch, in 1 month of my work, I can earn 1,200 UGTs. So if I'm the best, if I'm top one or even top two, I get to win an Apple laptop. But if because of some mishap, maybe I won't have enough time, or there will be some other problem in the way, I'm not able to become top one or top two, but I'm still able to register 160 companies, I will still get my 1,200 UGT tokens. And anyone will be able to do that if you take the exam, you get the knowledge, and if you ace the exam, like get 100% score, you get 1,000 tokens plus in addition to that income. Remember, I told you about a person, an experienced network marketer that I talked to yesterday, has like more than 50 years of experience, but he's still on the lookout for new opportunities, which means that he still doesn't see the difference between immediate earnings and a long-term project that will yield you a lifelong passive income. That guy still doesn't see the difference, unfortunately. Now let's move on to the next slide. And now let's do a recap. To win the Apple laptop, our promoters will have to achieve the following goal, which is to register 160 companies into their first line. Here's your answer, Craig, within 1 month. But only the first two promoters, top two promoters, will receive the prize. The rest will receive 500 UGTs for the first 20 registered companies that will pay the subscription fees. But that's not all. We also would like to reward you and to give you like a super incentive, which is for every 20 paid subscriptions, we will award you 100 UGTs more until, not unread, I'm sorry, it should be until you reach 160 companies registered within 1 month after the official launch. So as we said before, those who passed the exam and those who qualify will be able to start working on the pre-launch phase as well. And then all those business owners that I invite to the official uGain launch will discover a lot of different options and opportunities that our uGain application offers, and they will realize that it's something to pay for, especially when they learn about the discount, 50% discount that will be valid for 2 weeks. But I remind you, you should not tell them about the 50% discount. It should come to them as a surprise during the launch event. Now, 13,000 people took the exam, and 8,000 of them showed an 80% score. And I can tell you that 5,000 promoters nowadays, right now, qualify to receive the QR code to work with our project. Let's assume that those 5,000 promoters will do their best, will put their best efforts into it for the first months, and will seek to register 160 companies that will pay the subscription. If we multiply 5,000 by 160, we get 800,000 companies that will pay the subscription fee. And let's assume there is no discount, and those 800,000 companies pay $300, and I'm sure they will register even without being offered the discount. We get $240 million, hypothetically, without the discount. I repeat, $240 million. And I repeat, it's hypothetically. Why? I added this caveat. It's because it's our minimum goal, 160 companies. It can and should be more. You know why? Because if each of us achieve their personal goals, then 55% of that amount will be allocated under the marketing plan. 55% of $240 million is $132 million paid to the network as a bonus. But you see, I put an asterisk to that phrase, and there is some small print that we all need to be aware of, that provided those targets are achieved, 55% can be earned from the sale of subscriptions under the marketing plan, MP. Also, the commission will be based on the qualification and will be allocated based on the entrepreneurial difference, which is the difference between your commission and your first line's commission. Try to get to that next rank. Try to go up the career ladder, because the higher you go, the more you get paid. And our targets are very, very ambitious. That's why we are putting week after week, months after months into that project in order to organize our work in the best way possible. To register 800,000 companies in 1 month is very ambitious objective, and our system should be like a Swiss clockwork. Now let's move on to the next slide. Now, let's assume I'm one of the best promoters who, in 1 month, achieved the target indicator of 160 companies with the paid subscription, and I did it in less than 1 month. Let's see how much I earn. So I already got my price, which is the Apple notebook or laptop. And let's crunch some numbers. 160 multiplied by 300 is 48,000 multiplied by my 15%, which gets me $7,200 as a direct bonus. But remember that slide about the business owner who discovers that they can share that application, that information with other business owners, their friends, not necessarily competitors, and all of them can register 8 business owners more, so that they would get their application for free. Remember the math? And see the math here. 1,280 multiplied by 300 gets you $384,000 multiplied by 8%, which is the commission from your downline, and gets you $30,720 as an additional bonus. And everyone wants to save money. So I'm more than sure that any business owner who will pay for the application will try and seek out 8 more business owners to pay for that subscription as well, so that the original business owner gets the application for free. So let's do the math again. 1,280 multiplied by 300 equals $384,000. And you as the you as a promoter, you as people who subscribed, those business owners who will subscribe business owners of their own, which is your second line, you get an additional bonus of 8%, which is $30,720. It's additional bonus. This is the bonus from your work that is not being done by you directly. This is your indirect efforts, or the results of your indirect efforts. Let's move on to the next slide. On this slide is very much related to connected to the first slide that we saw today. And I'm talking about people who do not see the difference between active income today and passive income tomorrow. So who you are in life? Are you a person who carries buckets of water, or you are a person who builds aqueducts? And buckets of water is a metaphor for immediate income, while aqueducts is a source of continuous passive income. Let me explain that metaphor to you. So I'm talking about those people who just passed the exam to earn the points. Those people are bucket carriers. That's it. They will get their token points, they will get to spend them, and that's it. Whereas the person who builds aqueducts are people who set up an entire system that will yield them continuous income throughout their entire life. They will get to register 160 companies and not stop at that. Register more and more. They will be building their aqueducts and expand them. And this is my question to you. To which category do you want to belong to? To people who are give me a 1 in the chat if you want to be carrying buckets of water all your life, or give me a 2 in the chat if you want to build aqueducts, if you want to be receiving lifelong passive income and eventually attain your financial freedom. And I'm telling you, the option number 2 is the option that we should go for. We want all of us to become professionals. We want to gain with no pain. Because I'll explain to you. It's only one of our 4 bonuses, which is the create. Remember, I told you about that Australian guy who comes to my Italian restaurant and downloads the uGain application, so that person will always be our client, even though they go back to their own country, Australia or any other country. And no matter where they go and spend their money within our uGain ecosystem, in any store that is connected to our application across the entire world, for any purchase that they make using their bank card that they tied to the uGain application, it can be our own payment system's bank card. Doesn't matter. That's why we're delaying a little bit with the launch of our application, because we want to connect it to our payment system and be able to earn to the 5th level. And this will be just small droplets in your huge pool of income. But why reject things given for free, right? Again, I repeat, it might be a small percentage from each of our clients, but it's still continuous passive income. And if you put all those droplets together, so the clients will want to create their own network. They will go to us, take the training, and become promoters too. And this is going to be a third bonus from our application. Now let's change the slide. The fourth bonus is about additional cashback. You will be receiving points that you can use within our ecosystem. This is one more source of additional income. And I'm repeating, in 1 month of work, you need to set yourself a specific target, 160 companies in 1 month. And you will qualify to get a MacBook and 1,200 tokens plus 1,000 for acing the test. You get 2,200 tokens. And I'm hardly keeping my emotions here. Let's move on to the next slide, please. Because indeed, you're gonna have an income of continuous, or source of continuous cash rain. Like, it will be raining gold, literally. And like, I repeat, if you just took the test and passed it for the sake of uGain token points, you know nothing, Jon Snow. That's how it is. I'm sorry for being this harsh. Because if you get to register those companies, you get a continuous, lifelong source of passive income. You are going to create one of several networks of companies that will bring you lifelong income from all those loyal customers that will go and make purchases. And I'm telling you this also as a business owner who has his own business in public catering. But also it applies to any other business, literally any other business. So let's see, how many clients can one restaurant have in 1 month? 10, 20, 500, 1,000? Just give me a ballpark estimate. What's the average number of clients that that go to my small restaurant per month? Just make an educated guess or uneducated guess. Someone says 3,000. Someone says 1,500. 500. Okay, you know what? When it's a season, tourist season, we can have more than 4,000 people per month. And now let's try and guess how many of those clients will want to get a discount. Of course, all of them. I mean, this is a no-brainer. Write all in the chat if you agree with me. But I want to be realistic here. Let's aim lower. Let's assume that in 1 month, I'm going to have 1,000 clients. Quite a realistic, down-to-earth figure. And let's assume that only 100 people will want to get a discount. And the remaining 900 people will not want that discount. Only 100 people will want to download the application. Now let's do the math. 160 companies that you registered as a business owner, or as we registered, each of us registered. Remember, we did register 160 companies during the first months of our work. And let's assume, in the worst case scenario, every business owner registers 100 customers who download our application. And in 1 month, I create a network of 16,000 people. And now imagine you have 1,000 such people. Every client, all those 1,000 clients, will want to use the application and download it. Now add a 0 to it, and now we have 160,000 people who downloaded our application. And now 160,000 people in 1 month. Maybe they're just tourists. They might not be even my regulars. Maybe those people are people who go to their dentist or supermarket or barbershop, who never went to my restaurant to eat a pizza, but they still spend money on, let's say, household appliances. But just think, you will get small commissions from 160,000 people. Remember those droplets we were talking about that together make up a big pool? That's the huge potential that I meant, that I wanted you to understand. That's the kind of potential you can get if you work in our ecosystem and work with our application. And all I'm asking you is to work hard for just 1 month. And I'm asking you too, not to deprive yourself of those opportunities. Really. And I mean, by deprive, I mean, do not take the exam just for the sake of those meager amount of UGTs. That's nothing compared to what you can get by being an active promoter. And I would like you to remind you of our goals for 10 months, which is 90,000 promoters and more, over 50 million companies, and over 3 billion customers. And it is realistic. Just take your calculators and do the math. Crunch those numbers. that those targets are very, very much achievable. If in 1 month we get 800,000 companies, we will launch a chain of events. It's gonna be like a perpetuum mobile. Is that the Latin for eternal engine? So that's how it works, but only if we achieve those targets. uGain token will become a very valuable tool. Maybe we'll need more time than that. Maybe a year, 2 years, 4 years. But that's the goal that I set before myself. Maybe you can call me crazy, but people who believe me will work with me. People who believe me work with me. And if you don't believe me, lie on the couch, watch soccer, football, snooker, whatever sport you enjoy. Curling, another funny sport. And we'll do the work, and we'll enjoy the fruit of our work. So let's say people get their uGain tokens, sell them, and there will be people who will be buying those tokens to use in our ecosystem. Let's say you make $5 per month from the sale of uGain tokens, just $5. But also keep in mind that we have 3 billion customers. And how many of those customers will be your downlines? So what could be the price of our uGain token? Someone might say that those figures are too high, unrealistic, unachievable. But let's see how much we can achieve in 1 month. Let's say 800,000 companies multiplied by 100 people that will want. Remember those 100 customers that will want to download our application for free? Maybe some of you said, well, 3 billion customers is such a big number. Let's slow down a little bit. Hold your horses. Get down to earth. Okay, I can do that. Let's take the worst case scenario. Let's take those 800,000 companies only and say we achieved that target not in 1 month, but over a longer period of time. And those 800,000 companies share that application with just 100 clients. We're taking quite realistic figures. Nobody wants to enjoy our discounts. Only 100 people out of 1,000 clients decided to download the application. We still get 80 million people. 80 million people, users, who will tomorrow want to exchange $10 to get our uGain tokens. Now, we multiply 80 million tokens by $10, we get 800 million, yes. It's 800 million. And if the rate is 1-to-1, it's 800 both dollars and tokens. But what increases the demand on the exchange? Or what increases the price on the exchange? It's the demand for it. And also the number of transactions with that currency, how often that money is exchanged between people. For example, if I'm a millionaire, say I own $1 million, I have $1 million, but if I keep that $1 million on my account without ever using it, and I die owning $1 million, can I really say that I'm a millionaire? No, because I did nothing with that money. I didn't increase it. I didn't multiply it. I just preserved it, which is silly. And say, in our case, say you you go to your fruit monger, fruit seller, and you buy something from him, and you pay that person money. That money needs some dental care. They go to a dentist who is part of our ecosystem and pays some money to them. And the money gets exchanged all the time. And if we add uGain tokens here as also means of exchange, means of payment, the demand for it increases more and more. So we shouldn't be really lying on our couches waiting for the token to grow without putting any efforts into it. Then that future will never come. But at least if we work at least for 1 month, it will already be enough for the price of the token to increase. Plus, you get a huge source of passive income. Plus, you get a huge structure. And I guess here I would like to call it a day. And hopefully, I was able to convey the ambitiousness of our goals and their achievability too. And hopefully, I did convey the importance of having a passive income and how that passive income can help us achieve our financial freedom. And I will be waiting for all of you at our biggest and most important event at our GoPro conference, GoPro virtual GoPro. Hopefully, guys, you all gonna be there. That will help you grow as a person, grow as a professional, and see you at the next uGain meeting. And as I said, see you at GoPro. Bye bye, and thank you very much.